Why space appears black? Have you ever wondered why space appears black? After all, there are billions of stars and galaxies out there. In this video, we'll explore why space looks dark and what factors contribute to this phenomenon. The first thing to understand is that space is not really empty. It contains various particles and electromagnetic radiation, such as cosmic rays and photons. However, these particles are spread far apart from each other, and the density of particles in space is extremely low compared to Earth's atmosphere. The second important factor is that light behaves differently in space than it does on Earth. On Earth, light interacts with molecules in the atmosphere, which scatter and absorb different wavelengths of light, creating the colors we see. In space, there is no atmosphere to scatter or absorb light. This means that when we look out into space, we are essentially looking at the absence of light. Even though there are stars and galaxies out there emitting light, that light travels through the vacuum of space and does not interact with anything until it reaches our eyes or telescopes. So, why doesn't all that light make space appear bright? The answer lies in the vastness of space. Even though there are billions of stars and galaxies, they are spread out over immense distances. This means that the light they emit is also spread out and becomes very dilute by the time it reaches us. In fact, the amount of light from distant stars and galaxies that reaches Earth is so low that it is almost undetectable without telescopes. In conclusion, space appears black because of the absence of atmosphere to scatter or absorb light and the vast distances between stars and galaxies, which dilute the light to almost undetectable levels. Even though space appears dark, it is still filled with fascinating objects and phenomena, waiting to be explored and discovered by astronomers and scientists. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe to our channel for more informative videos about science. See you next time on the Curiosity Lab. Why the Earth is round. Have you ever wondered why the Earth is round? It turns out that there are a number of scientific reasons why our planet has this unique shape. In this video, we'll explore the factors that make the Earth round. The first reason the Earth is round has to do with its formation. The Earth formed about 4.6 billion years ago from a cloud of gas and dust. Over time, this cloud began to collapse and spin, forming a disc-shaped object known as a protoplanet. As the protoplanet continued to grow, its gravity pulled it into a roughly spherical shape. This process is known as accretion, and it's one reason why most large objects in space, including planets and moons, are round. Another reason the Earth is round has to do with its rotation. The Earth rotates on its axis once every 24 hours, and this rotation causes a centrifugal force that pushes outward from the equator. This force is strongest at the equator and weaker at the poles, which causes the Earth to bulge slightly at the equator and flatten at the poles. This shape is known as an oblate spheroid, and it's another reason why the Earth isn't a perfect sphere. Finally, the Earth's round shape is also related to its internal structure. The Earth's interior is made up of layers of different materials, including a liquid outer core and a solid inner core. These layers are under intense pressure and gravity, which causes them to settle into a roughly spherical shape. In conclusion, the Earth is round for a number of reasons, including its formation, rotation, and internal structure. The Earth's round shape has important implications for our planet, including the way it interacts with the Sun, the way its atmosphere behaves, and the way we measure and navigate around the globe. Understanding the science behind the Earth's round shape is an important part of understanding our place in the universe. See you next time on the Curiosity Lab. Why is the sky blue? Have you ever looked up at the sky and wondered why it's blue? It turns out that there's a scientific reason for this phenomenon. In this video, we'll explore why the sky appears blue. The color of the sky is a result of the scattering of sunlight by Earth's atmosphere. Sunlight is made up of many different colors, which we can see when light is refracted through a prism. The colors of light have different wavelengths, with blue light having a shorter wavelength than other colors like red and yellow. When sunlight enters the Earth's atmosphere, it encounters molecules of nitrogen and oxygen, which are the two most abundant gases in our atmosphere. These molecules are small compared to the wavelength of visible light, so they scatter short-wavelength blue light more than long-wavelength red light. As a result, the blue light is scattered in all directions, filling the entire sky with blue light. This process is known as Rayleigh scattering. During sunrise and sunset, the sun is low on the horizon, so sunlight has to pass through more of the Earth's atmosphere before reaching us. This causes the blue light to be scattered even more, which is why the sky can appear red, orange, or yellow during these times. The reason why the sky is not violet or purple, which also have shorter wavelengths than blue, is that the atmosphere absorbs some of the violet light, making it less visible in the sky. In conclusion, the blue color of the sky is due to the scattering of sunlight by the Earth's atmosphere. This process is known as Rayleigh scattering, and it causes the shorter wavelength blue light to be scattered more than longer wavelength colors like red and yellow. Understanding this scientific phenomenon can help us appreciate the beauty of the sky and the science behind it. See you next time on the Curiosity Lab. What is the universe made of? Hello and welcome to our channel where we explore the mysteries of the universe. Today we're going to dive deep into the question, what is the universe made of? As we know, the universe is vast and complex, and it's made up of many different types of matter and energy. So, let's begin by looking at the four fundamental forces of nature: gravity, electromagnetic force, strong nuclear force, and weak nuclear force. Gravity is the force that attracts objects with mass towards each other. It's the force that keeps us on the ground and keeps planets in orbit around the sun. The electromagnetic force is responsible for the interaction between electrically charged particles, which includes light and all forms of radiation. Now let's talk about the building blocks of matter, atoms. An atom is made up of a nucleus, which contains protons and neutrons, surrounded by electrons. These protons and neutrons are made up of smaller particles called quarks. Quarks come in 6 different types, and they combine in various ways to form protons and neutrons. But the universe isn't just made up of regular matter. There's also something called dark matter, which doesn't interact with light or other forms of electromagnetic radiation. Scientists believe that dark matter makes up about 27% of the universe, while the regular matter that we're familiar with makes up only about 5%. Lastly, we have dark energy, which is even more mysterious than dark matter. Dark energy is a force that's causing the universe to expand at an accelerating rate. Scientists estimate that dark energy makes up about 68% of the universe. So, to summarize, the universe is made up of regular matter, dark matter, and dark energy, and it's all held together by the four fundamental forces of nature. While there's still much we don't know about the universe, scientists are working hard to unravel its secrets, and we can't wait to see what they discover next. Thank you for joining us today, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating discussions about the universe. See you next time on the Curiosity Lab. What is the smallest particle in the universe? Have you ever wondered what the smallest particle in the universe is? Well, scientists have been working hard to answer this question for decades, and their findings have revolutionized our understanding of the universe. The smallest particle in the universe is known as a quark. Quarks are subatomic particles that make up protons and neutrons, which are the building blocks of atoms. There are 6 types of quarks, each with a different charge and mass. They are named up, down, charm, strange, top, and bottom. Quarks are incredibly small, with a diameter of around 10 to the power of -18 meters. To put that into perspective, a single human hair is about 100,000 times wider than a quark. That's why they are so difficult to study and observe. In addition to quarks, there are other particles that make up the universe, such as electrons, neutrinos, and photons. These particles interact with each other through various forces, such as the electromagnetic force, the strong nuclear force, and the weak nuclear force. The study of these particles and their interactions is known as particle physics, and it has led to many groundbreaking discoveries. For example, the discovery of the Higgs boson in 2012 confirmed the existence of the Higgs field, which gives particles mass. So, to sum it up, the smallest particle in the universe is the quark, which makes up protons and neutrons. Studying these particles and their interactions has allowed us to gain a better understanding of the universe and how it works. Who knows what other discoveries await us in the exciting field of particle physics? See you next time on the Curiosity Lab. How do scientists study the human brain? Hello and welcome to our channel where we explore the mysteries of science. Today's topic is, how do scientists study the human brain? The human brain is an incredibly complex and sophisticated organ that controls all of our thoughts, emotions, and actions. To better understand how it works, scientists use a variety of techniques to study the brain. One of the most commonly used methods is magnetic resonance imaging, or MRI. This non-invasive technique uses a strong magnetic field and radio waves to create detailed images of the brain structure and activity. By analyzing these images, scientists can identify different regions of the brain and how they function. Another method used to study the brain is electroencephalography, or EEG. This technique involves placing electrodes on the scalp to measure the electrical activity generated by the brain. EEG can be used to study brain waves associated with different mental states and cognitive processes. In addition, functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI, is used to measure changes in blood flow and oxygenation in the brain. This technique allows scientists to study how different regions of the brain are activated during various tasks and activities. Other methods used to study the brain include positron emission tomography, PET, which measures the distribution of radioactive traces in the brain, and transcranial magnetic stimulation, TMS, which uses magnetic fields to stimulate or inhibit activity in specific areas of the brain. There are also invasive techniques that involve inserting electrodes directly into the brain to record or stimulate activity. These methods are typically only used for research purposes or in clinical settings for patients with certain neurological conditions. Overall, the study of the human brain is a complex and constantly evolving field. By using a variety of techniques, scientists are able to gain a better understanding of how this remarkable organ works and develop new treatments for neurological and psychiatric disorders. That's all for today's video. We hope you enjoyed learning about how scientists study the human brain. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more interesting science videos. Thank you for watching. See you next time on the Curiosity Lab. What causes earthquakes? Earthquakes are one of the most powerful and destructive natural phenomena on our planet. They can cause widespread damage and even loss of life. But have you ever wondered what causes earthquakes? In this video, we'll explore the science behind earthquakes and the different factors that contribute to their occurrence. Earthquakes occur when there is a sudden release of energy from within the Earth's crust. The Earth's crust is made up of large pieces called tectonic plates. These plates are constantly moving, and when two plates collide, they can cause an earthquake. This type of earthquake is called a tectonic earthquake. Tectonic earthquakes occur at the boundaries of these plates, where the plates can either move away from each other or collide. Another type of earthquake is called a volcanic earthquake. Volcanic earthquakes occur when magma, molten rock, rises to the Earth's surface and causes the ground to shake. These earthquakes are often associated with volcanic activity and can be an early warning sign of an impending eruption. In addition to tectonic and volcanic earthquakes, there are also induced earthquakes. These earthquakes are caused by human activity, such as mining, drilling, or the construction of large dams. When these activities alter the stress and pressure within the Earth's crust, it can trigger an earthquake. There are also several factors that can contribute to the severity of an earthquake, including the depth of the earthquake, the size of the fault, and the type of rock in the surrounding area. Deeper earthquakes tend to be less destructive than shallow earthquakes, as the energy is more spread out. Larger faults and softer rocks can also amplify the energy of an earthquake, making it more destructive. In conclusion, earthquakes are caused by a complex interplay of factors, including tectonic activity, volcanic activity, human activity, and geological features. Understanding the science behind earthquakes is crucial for predicting and preparing for these potentially devastating events. See you next time on the Curiosity Lab. What is the process of photosynthesis? Hello and welcome back to our channel, where we explore fascinating topics in science. Today, we'll be diving into the process of photosynthesis, one of the most important processes on our planet that allows for the existence of life. So, let's get started. Have you ever wondered how plants, trees, and other photosynthetic organisms produce their own food and oxygen? The answer lies in the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis occurs in the chloroplasts of plant cells, which are specialized organelles that contain chlorophyll, a green pigment that absorbs sunlight. Sunlight is a crucial component of photosynthesis, as it provides the energy required to convert carbon dioxide and water into organic compounds, such as glucose, which plants use as food. In plants, photosynthesis mainly occurs in their leaves, where specialized cells called mesophyll cells contain chloroplasts. The chlorophyll in these cells absorbs light energy from the sun, which then triggers a series of chemical reactions. During photosynthesis, carbon dioxide and water are converted into glucose and oxygen through a process called the Calvin cycle. This cycle involves several enzymatic reactions that occur in the chloroplasts. The Calvin cycle is divided into 3 stages: carbon fixation, reduction, and regeneration. In the first stage, carbon dioxide is fixed into a molecule called RuBP, which is then converted into PGA. In the second stage, PGA is reduced to form G3P, which is then used to form glucose and other organic compounds. The final stage of the Calvin cycle involves the regeneration of RuBP, which allows the cycle to continue. In addition to producing glucose, photosynthesis also produces oxygen, a crucial component of the air we breathe. So, there you have it. Photosynthesis is the process by which plants convert sunlight into food and oxygen, which are essential for life on our planet. That's all for today's video. We hope you enjoyed learning about the process of photosynthesis. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more interesting science topics. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. See you next time on the Curiosity Lab. How does the immune system work? Hello everyone, in this video, we'll be discussing how the immune system works. The immune system is a complex network of cells, tissues, and organs that work together to defend the body against harmful invaders such as viruses, bacteria, and parasites. Without it, we would be vulnerable to a wide range of infections and diseases. The immune system has several lines of defense. The first line of defense is physical barriers such as the skin and mucous membranes. These barriers help prevent harmful invaders from entering the body in the first place. If an invader manages to breach the physical barriers, the immune system's second line of defense kicks in. This is a non-specific response that includes inflammation, fever, and the production of white blood cells called phagocytes. Phagocytes engulf and destroy the invaders, preventing them from causing further harm. If the invader is still not eliminated, the immune system's third line of defense, the adaptive immune response, is activated. This response is highly specific and involves the production of antibodies, which are proteins that can recognize and neutralize specific invaders. The adaptive immune response also involves the activation of T cells, which can kill infected cells and help coordinate the immune response. After the infection is cleared, the immune system retains memory of the specific invader, allowing for a faster and more efficient response if it is encountered again in the future. This is why we often become immune to diseases we have previously been infected with or vaccinated against. Sometimes, the immune system can malfunction and attack the body's own cells and tissues, causing autoimmune diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis and lupus. In these cases, the immune system mistakes the body's own cells for harmful invaders and attacks them, leading to inflammation and tissue damage. In conclusion, the immune system is a highly complex and sophisticated network of cells, tissues, and organs that work together to protect the body against harmful invaders. Understanding how it works is crucial for maintaining our health and preventing diseases. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting science videos. See you next time on the Curiosity Lab. What are black holes? Black holes are some of the most fascinating and mysterious objects in the universe. They are known for their immense gravitational pull that can swallow anything in their path, including light. In this video, we'll explore what black holes are, how they form, and what their effects are on the universe. What are black holes? A black hole is a region in space where the gravitational force is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape its pull. They are formed by the collapse of massive stars at the end of their life cycle. When a star runs out of fuel, it can no longer produce the energy needed to counteract the force of gravity. As a result, the star collapses in on itself, forming a black hole. How do black holes form? When a massive star collapses, its outer layers are blown away, leaving behind a core made up of highly compressed matter. If the core is more than 3 times the mass of our Sun, it will continue to collapse under the force of gravity until it becomes a black hole. The point of no return, where the gravitational pull becomes so strong that nothing can escape, is called the event horizon. Effects on the universe. Black holes have a significant impact on the universe. They are known for their ability to distort space and time around them. The strong gravitational pull of a black hole can cause nearby stars to orbit around it, and can even pull in entire galaxies. As matter is pulled into a black hole, it forms a swirling disk of superheated gas and dust called an accretion disk. This disk emits powerful radiation that can be detected by telescopes on Earth. Black holes are some of the most fascinating objects in the universe. They are formed by the collapse of massive stars, and their immense gravitational pull can distort space and time. While they are still a mystery to scientists, ongoing research continues to shed light on these intriguing objects. See you next time on the Curiosity Lab.